Here's a question that keeps a lot of good people up at night, and almost nobody says it out loud. Does my cat actually trust me? You feed him? You clean up after him? You've had him for a year, maybe 5, maybe 10. And still, some quiet part of you wonders, when I walk into the room, does he relax or does he brace? Look, if you've ever felt that little sting, that little wonder in the back of your mind, I want you to hear me say this first. You are not imagining it, and you are not a bad owner. You're just paying attention. That's the opposite of a bad owner. Most people never even ask. I'm Dr. Aurelio. I'm the old-school cat vet, and I've spent more years than I can count reading the bodies of cats who couldn't tell me a single word. Because here's the thing, a cat can't say, "I don't trust you yet." He can only show it, with his tail, with his eyes, with where he sits and how he sits and whether he'll turn his back to you. And today, I'm going to walk you through 7 signs your cat does not fully trust you yet. 7 signs, real ones, the ones I watch for in my own exam room. And for every single one, I'm going to give you the exact thing you can do to start earning that trust back. Not theory, not just love him more. The actual behavior, the actual move. And I'm counting these down. We start at number 7 and we work our way down, because the last one, number 1, that one is the big one. That's the sign most owners get completely backwards, and it's the one that changes everything once you understand it. So stay with me all the way to the end, okay? Trust me, you want number 1. Now before we start, let me get one thing out of the way, because I know some of you are already tensing up. A cat that doesn't fully trust you yet is not a cat that doesn't love you. Those are 2 different things. Love in a cat can be there from week 1. Trust is slower. Trust is built. Trust is a thing your cat decides on his own schedule, whether you like it or not. So don't read these 7 signs and feel crushed. Read them and feel ready, because every one of them can move. Let's start. Number 7. Number 7, your cat won't eat while you're standing close. You put the bowl down, you fill it, and instead of digging in right away, he waits. He looks at you. He waits for you to step back, to leave the room, and only then does he come and eat. Some owners never even notice this one because they just set the food down and walk off out of habit. But watch him sometime, stay close, see if he'll eat with you right there beside him. Here's what that means. In the wild, in the deep wiring of a cat, eating is the most vulnerable thing you do. Your head is down. Your eyes are off the room. For those few seconds, you are not watching for danger. You're just eating. And a cat will only let his guard down like that in a place he feels completely safe, around a creature he feels completely safe with. If your cat waits for you to leave before he eats, he's telling you gently that your presence is still a little bit on guard for him. Not scary, necessarily. Just not fully safe yet. So what do? You turn feeding into a ritual. Same spot, same time, every single day. Cats run on rhythm. They trust what's predictable far more than what's kind but random. And here's the trust-earning move. When you feed him, don't hover and don't stare. Set the bowl down, then sit down yourself a few feet away, sideways to him, not facing him head-on, and just exist. Read your phone, look at the wall. Be boring and calm and present. Over days and weeks, your cat learns that you being near his food means nothing bad ever happens. And slowly, he starts eating with you there. That's trust you can watch grow 1 meal at a time. Number 6, he flinches when your hand comes down from above. You reach out to pet him, coming down over the top of his head, the most natural motion in the world for us, and he ducks. He pulls back. His ears flatten just for a second. Maybe he even flinches like he's about to be hit. And if he does that, and he's never been hit a day in his life, it can break your heart. But don't take it personally. This one is almost never about you. Here's the biology. To a cat, a large shape coming down from above is the shape of a predator, a hawk, an owl, something that swoops. That reflex is older than your cat, older than house cats entirely. It's baked into the species. So when your hand descends over his head, some ancient part of him reads, "Shadow from the sky," before his thinking brain can catch up and say, "Oh, it's just her." The flinch isn't a judgment of you. It's a reflex he can't fully switch off on command. But you can work with it. Here's the move, and it's simple. Bring your hand in low and from the side, never down from the top. Come in below his chin, along his cheek, toward those whiskers at his level. Let him see your hand the whole way. Even better, hold your hand out low still, and let him close the distance and bump his cheek into you. When he chooses to touch your hand, instead of your hand ambushing him from above, the flinch fades. And here's a small thing that makes a huge difference. Offer a single finger first, held low and still, and let him sniff it. To a cat, that low, still finger reads almost like another cat's nose coming in to say hello, and it's about as non-threatening as a human hand can possibly be. Only after he's given it a sniff and stayed relaxed do you turn that finger into a slow scratch along the cheek. I've watched cats who ducked from every hand for years learn to lean into a low, patient hand in a matter of weeks. Not because anything magic happened, but because a person finally stopped swooping and started asking, low and slow, hand from the side, never from the sky. That's the whole secret, and it costs you nothing but a little patience. Number 5. He keeps his distance and watches you from the doorway. You know the look. He's not hiding exactly. He's just over there, in the doorway, on the threshold, watching. Present, but positioned. He wants to be in the room with you, but he wants an exit behind him the whole time. And the moment you get up, he's gone, and then 2 minutes later he's back in the doorway again, watching. This one is pure survival wiring, and it's actually kind of beautiful once you understand it. A doorway is a decision point. From a doorway, a cat can be in your world or gone from it in a single second. When your cat watches you from a threshold instead of coming into the middle of the room and flopping down, he's keeping his options open. He likes you enough to want to be near. He doesn't trust you enough yet to give up his escape route. Both things are true at once, and that's okay. So here's the trust move. And I want you to really hear this one because it goes against every instinct you have. Let him come to you. Do not go to him. When he's watching from the doorway, the worst thing you can do is get up and walk over and scoop him up because you've just proven that the exit matters. You came into his safe space and closed the distance he was carefully keeping. Instead, ignore him a little. Sit low on the floor, not on the couch, towering above him. Get small. Look away. Blink slow if you catch his eye, but don't push it. Make yourself the safest, most boring, least demanding thing in the room. And I promise you, curiosity beats caution in a cat every single time. Given enough safe silence, he will cross that threshold on his own 4 feet. And if you want to speed that crossing along, here's the tool almost nobody thinks of. Play, not petting. Play. Grab a wand toy, a feather on a string, and drag it slowly along the floor between you and that doorway, not toward him, away from him. Let it move like something small and alive. What happens is beautiful. His hunting brain takes over, and for a few seconds, he forgets to be careful because the prey is more interesting than the fear. And every time he pounces out into the open near you and nothing bad happens, that open space stops being scary. Play is how a cautious cat practices being brave in your presence without ever having to think about it. So when he chooses to close the gap, you didn't force. Whether it's silence that pulls him or a feather that does, that's worth more than 100 times you carried him over. Number 4, and this is where it gets important, so lean in. Number 4 is the tense body when you approach. You walk toward your cat, and you watch his body change. He goes still in a wrong way, not relaxed still, tight still. His muscles bunch. His weight shifts back like he might need to bolt. His tail, instead of lying loose and easy, goes stiff, maybe low, maybe twitching at the very tip. His whole body is a held breath. And the second you slow down or back off, he loosens again. Now, here's your first real payoff of this whole video. The thing I most want you to take home. A cat's body doesn't lie. Ever. A cat can't fake calm the way a nervous person forces a smile. If his body goes tight when you come near, that tightness is the truest thing in the room. And most owners walk right past it. They see the cat didn't run, so they figure everything's fine, and they keep coming. And every time they do it, they teach that cat one more time that approaching means bracing. You're not being cruel. You just weren't taught to read the body. Well, now you are. So watch the tail and the shoulders as you approach. And here's the move. The instant you see the body tighten, you stop. You just stop. You don't push through it. You freeze, you soften, maybe you crouch, and you wait for the body to melt back down before you take one more step. You're teaching him a brand new lesson, that when he shows discomfort, the discomfort gets respected, not overridden. Do you know how rare that is in a cat's life? Almost every human just keeps coming. When you become the human who stops the moment his body says, too much, you become safe in a way almost no one ever has been. That single habit, stopping when the body tightens, will rebuild trust faster than any treat you can buy. Number 3, he won't roll belly up around you. Now, everybody knows the belly roll. Cat flops over, shows you the soft fur of his stomach, and it looks like the ultimate, come rub my belly. And I'll tell you right now, do not rub the belly. Most cats hate that. That's a different video. But forget the rubbing for a second and think about the roll itself. The belly of a cat is where every soft, killable organ lives. It is the one part of him with no armor. A cat rolling belly up in front of you is doing the single most vulnerable thing in his entire body language vocabulary. So if your cat never does it around you, if he'll flop and stretch and show his belly when he's alone in a sunbeam, but the moment you walk in, he tucks back up into a tidy, guarded little shape. That's the sign. He's not comfortable being that exposed in front of you yet. And notice I keep saying yet, because this one moves too. And when it moves, it's one of the most rewarding things you'll ever see. Here's the trust move, and it's really a whole philosophy. You earn the belly by never abusing the belly. When he finally does roll over near you, and he will, once the other stuff on this list is in place, you do not lunge for the stomach. You resist every urge. You let him show you the belly, and you do nothing but be gentle and calm, and maybe touch his shoulder or his cheek instead. Because the first time a cat exposes his belly and the human turns it into a wrestling match, that cat files it away. Showing my soft parts around this person is a trap. And it can take months to undo. But the cat who learns that his open belly is always respected, that cat starts rolling over the second you walk in, over and over, like it's the easiest thing in the world. And it means he's decided you're not a threat to the softest part of him. There is almost no higher compliment a cat can pay a human. All right, we're down to the last 2, and these are the big ones. Number 2. Number 2, he never sleeps near you or on you. Think about where your cat sleeps, not naps, real, deep, folded up, dead to the world sleep. Is it near you? On the bed by your feet? Draped over your legs on the couch? Or is it always somewhere separate? The top of the closet, a chair in the other room, the far corner where he can see the door. Because sleep is the deepest trust a cat has to give. When a cat truly sleeps, he is defenseless. His reactions slow, his guard drops all the way down. In the wild, where he sleeps is a life or death gamble, and he only makes that gamble somewhere he is certain nothing will hurt him. So when a cat chooses to sleep on you, pressed against your body, letting your movement and your breathing and your warmth be the last thing he feels before he goes under, that is not him being cozy. That is him handing you his life for a few hours and trusting you to keep it. If your cat never does that yet, he simply hasn't reached that level of certainty about you. And that's okay. That's the top of the mountain. You don't start there. So how do you earn it? You become a safe, still, warm, predictable place. And then you wait, and you never, ever punish him for arriving. Here's the move. When he does come near you to rest, even just next to you, not on you, even just in the same room, finally, you go still. You lower your voice or you go quiet. You don't suddenly reach out and grab him because you're so excited he came. You let him settle. You let sleeping be the safest, most undisturbed thing he does in your presence. The cat who learns that resting near you always stays peaceful starts resting closer, then closer. Then one night, out of nowhere, you feel a small weight land on your legs and curl up, and something in your chest just cracks wide open. I've had owners cry telling me about that first night. That's how much it means. And it starts with you being the calm place that never betrays a resting cat. And now, number one, the big one, the one most owners get completely backwards. Number one, the dilated, alert eyes around you, his pupils. Those big black circles blow wide open when you come near, even in a bright room, even when there's no reason for his eyes to be dilated. And here's why this is number one. Here's why it's the sign everybody misreads. Those big, wide, dark eyes look adorable to us. They look like a Disney cat. They look like love. So owners see those huge, dark eyes and they think, "Aw, he's so into me." And they lean in closer and they miss the truth completely. Let me land this factually, because this is the most important thing I'll say all video. A cat's pupil is not just about light. It's about the nervous system. When a cat feels safe and relaxed and warm, in bright light, his pupils narrow down to calm little slits. Wide, round, dilated pupils in good light mean the body has flipped a switch. Adrenaline is up, the system is primed, he is aroused and alert and ready to react. It's the same wide-eyed state a cat gets right before he pounces or right before he bolts. So when your cat's eyes go wide and dark specifically as you approach, in a well-lit room, that gorgeous, loving gaze can actually be the exact opposite. It can be his whole nervous system going up on alert because you're coming. That's why it's number one. It's the sign that hides in plain sight, wearing the mask of affection. Now don't panic. This is a switch, and switches flip both ways. Wide eyes aren't a life sentence. They're a live reading of how he feels this second, and you can change how he feels this second. So, here's the move, and it ties this whole video together. When you approach him, watch the eyes. If they blow wide, that's your signal to do less. Slow down. Get low. Come in from the side, not from above. Stop the moment his body tightens. Let him make the last few inches. Feed him on a rhythm. Never betray him when he rests. Never ambush the belly he finally shows you. Do all of that, consistently, and here's what you'll see over the weeks. Those pupils, in a bright room, start to settle. They narrow. They soften into calm, easy slits when you walk in. And that, a cat whose eyes go soft and small and easy the moment you enter the room. That is the picture of a cat who has decided all the way down in his nervous system that you are safe. That's trust you can literally see in his eyes. So there they are. 7 signs, counted all the way down. He won't eat with you close. He flinches from a hand up above. He watches from doorways. His body tightens when you come near. He won't roll belly up. He won't sleep on you. And the eyes, those wide, dark, alert eyes that everyone reads as love and so few read as fear. And I want to leave you with the thing that matters more than all 7 put together. If you saw your cat in some of these, maybe a lot of these, I don't want you to close this video feeling like you failed him. You didn't. A cat that's still learning to trust you is not a broken cat, and you are not a broken owner. Trust in a cat was never supposed to be instant. It was supposed to be earned, slowly, quietly, in 1,000 small moments where you chose to be patient instead of pushy, to let him come to you instead of grabbing, to stop the second his body said, wait, the way the old-timers, the ones who really understood animals, always knew that the fastest way to earn a wild thing's trust was to stop trying to take it and simply become the safest, stillest, most patient place that creature had ever known, and then wait for him to decide, in his own time, on his own 4 feet, to come and lie down beside you at last. That's the whole thing. That's how it's done in every home that loves a cat. So tell me down in the comments, which of these 7 did your cat do? And did you know what it meant before today? I read them. And if this helped you see your cat a little clearer, stick around, because your cat is talking to you all the time, and I'm here to help you learn the language.